Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you very much for subscribing. And thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. Today, I want to talk about how did Mount Diablo got its name. I'm just joking, guys. That's a story that I learned while I was going to primary school. How did Mount Diablo got its name? But seriously, I want to talk about a situation that people are saying is actually brewing in dancehall, and they're wondering what has been happening. I was communicating with a friend, and they were saying that they're questioning what's the dynamic between dancehall artist Mavado and Vybz Kartel. Are they did a collab? Are they both in cahoots? Are they having some sort of unison, a back together type of thing in dancehall? Because they're seeing that they are booked for some fest and they are about it, they're doing their thing. We no longer see Mavado in the company of Alkaline, and they haven't heard about them being in the company of each other or having any form of communication from dancehall slash reggae artist Jamil had left the MVP trio. We also saw where Alkaline put out a song and they say it's a sub to Mavado. Mavado put out a song, they say it was a sub to Alkaline. And many persons are wondering what the hell is actually happening right now. And I myself speculating. Now, dancehall artist Mavado is someone who I came to admire and love when it comes to his craft, his lyrics, his content, the entire aura around him. He had that cool, deadly persona wherein he will come at you if you come at him. And he was always like that. He didn't put out shock value. He didn't put out things that are frightening or anything for amusement or controversy to keep the crowd coming or to keep the focus on him. He was always doing his own thing while a part of the alliance and also while no longer being a part of the alliance. That was who Mavado is. He was the arch rival of dancehall artist Vybz Kartel. They went head to head straight into a sting. That was it. Mavado career pivot from that went skyrocket. So did Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel took to the element of controversy. Mavado took to the element of being an international superstar when it came to dancehall. And he cemented a name that is well respected when it comes to dancehall. Over the years, we have seen Vybz Kartel even disrespected Mavado. Mavado did the same thing, but Vybz Kartel took it further, talking about his mother and all these type of things. And so much other things come to pass. Vybz Kartel released from prison, went to some fest, and he was crowned the king of the dancehall. After being crowned the king of dancehall, we would think that Fever being his biggest hit since his career, right? He performed Last Man Standing, which is a diss song to Mavado. And it had Mavado fans questioning what exactly is it that this individual is actually about. You're released from prison, you should be performing your biggest song and shouting it out to the Sumfest crowd. But instead, you decide to perform a diss song that was aimed at Mavado at the time. So people are questioning why would Mavado be in the company of Vybz Kartel right now when Vybz Kartel has shown that he wants to be your arch rival. He wants to be, whether it's good for music or not, that's what he is about and that's what he is putting to the public. So people are wondering, why did you do a song with Vybz Kartel? Why are you in this guy company? Why are you polling? I mean, it's good for business and for marketing, but also having some sort of self-respect is also important. So people are in fact questioning what exactly is it that's happening. We no longer see Mavado in the company of Alkaline, communicating with Alkaline, doing anything with Alkaline. He wasn't on any of his New Rules show and stuff. And people are wondering what exactly is it that is happening. Are these guys no longer friends? Are they arch rival? What caused the big fallout if such is the case? And why would Mavado be reverting to collabing, being friends, being in cahoots for anything, whether it be business or even pleasure or for clout? Why would you go into the element of a Vybz Kartel in order to put yourself out there? Because Vybz Kartel is known to be very disrespectful. He's known to disrespect you. He has taken several jabs at you. But many are also easing up and they're saying that Mavado have been decked several bad cards over the years, from a bad business deal with a crooked attorney with his property and losing 35 million, to his son being convicted in a court of law and was sentenced to life, eligible after 22 years, and he was recently released though, and the loss of his mother. So those are so much misfortune that he had dealing with. And because of that, they're saying that it can affect an individual over time and they just want peace, or they just want to move on to their life, or they just want to go back to the days when they were amped and hype about having a beef and a squabble or with that arch rival. And for him, it makes for a good story. And that's what many persons are looking at. Now, SS Devil Advocate, is looking at things from a different angle. I am looking at things for where Alkaline is standing, and how Alkaline is standing. He looks like the man, because Alkaline is the only artist right now who came out not relying on anybody for strength, not relying on anybody for notoriety, for clout, for any form of support. And the industry came at him, artists came at him, producers came at him, promoters came at him. But at the same time, he stood firm. He did not have to associate himself with people out there in order to gain strength. He has been there. He has been in the business. He migrated, he lived overseas. He still was trending. He still was popping in. He still was putting out hits. He's still selling out concerts and has been doing very well for himself. Name one other artist out there that have done that. No other. We had like Merciless, who came out and was his own individual, that we can give. But Merciless did not have that long of a longevity, putting out hits after hits, selling out shows. He had a lot of misfortune that he was decked with over time. And so that led to him having the loss of his career and being at the peak and all these type of things when he could have reached to higher heights. So that was a situation of Merciless that we can speak of. But Full Throttle would have to give it to Alkaline to be the only artist from the day of his career inception until now. He has stood firm in a lane by himself, and that's where he's at. He's not seeking strength from people. Mavado, I don't think it's a good move. Your fans are dwindling. They're not in support of it. And I can safely say so, because your fans are not in support of Vybz Kartel or anything that Vybz Kartel puts out there. And that's well said in and of itself. Reason being, Vybz Kartel is the arch rival and have been the arch rival of you, Mavado. And so people are wondering what exactly is it that is happening. If it's a case wherein you're making peace, like what you guys did when you went to Gordon House and all these type of things, then it's best you come out and say, okay, we're putting feud aside and it's about music. Then you should share the same sentiment with Alkaline. If such is the case, you put the argument or the guessing and the spelling to rest and come out and say, okay, it's about music and we're putting all squabbles and all internet beef or personal beef aside and let it be for the music, because the fans want to see us working together. Then if you're going to represent that, represent it right across the board. Don't represent it when it is convenient. And I'm also looking at an angle from Foota Hype. When Foota Hype came out and Foota Hype said, why Bounty Killer is so forgiving of Vybz Kartel, but yet he still holds a grudge when it comes to him. And Vybz Kartel have said way worse. As a matter of fact, Vybz Kartel contributed to the pulverizing of Bounty Killer's career. But yet he's so forgiving. But when it comes to Foota Hype, he's very unforgiving. And Foota Hype have said way less. But it goes to show you that a lot of people simply aren't real. They go where clout is. They aren't about their even self-respect and integrity. They're about where clout is and who is the man of the moment. They are quick to be forgiving. They are quick to forgive. They are quick to look the other way. They are quick to turn the other cheek. You understand? And it's the same thing he asked with Mavado. Mavado have forgiven Vybz Kartel and all of that. Him and Bounty Killer had fallen out and they were, they collab. They were back as friends or even associate for music. Why not show the same sentiment to Foota Hype if it is for like I said, peace and putting beef aside and it's for music, then let it be right across the board. Don't half-ass yourself or believe that you can turn tricks and trick the crowd. Mavado, you're losing support and respect when it comes to music. People who supports you understand what Vybz Kartel is about and what Vybz Kartel stands for, and they aren't in support of it. You are your own individual, you're your own man. You are free to associate with whoever it is that you choose to associate with, including Vybz Kartel. However, your fans are large in numbers and they have a mind of their own, and they're free to not support you just the same. They are free to not support you. And P, if you're calling for unity, like I said, for the third time, it should be unity right across the board. If you're calling for peace, it should be peace right across the board. Alkaline should be included. So many other artists that you have had any form of beef or dispute with should be included. Foota hype should be included, whether you like it or not. Because if you're going to go for the far end or to the far reach to have a peace talk or a peace treaty or a deal or anything of such sort with a Vybz Kartel, why not do it for Foota hype? Because of clout, the man of the moment, someone who have read the 48 laws of power are in you guys' ears and are telling you who to walk with, who to stay around. Once a person have decided to come at you and they're on top all day, every day, and they're not about to leave, and they can secure a crowd and the clout and the relevance for the moment, that's who you need to work with. Whether they diss you, whether they subtract from you, whatever the case may be, those are the people's corner that you need to be in and use their energy or get their strength to further push yours. That's how it goes. Because the end game is to see this person fall and to also be there when they fall. And you can't tell me that that's not your goal, unless it's not the 48 laws of power that you read and you're actually a damn fool. You understand? Meaning that you're just there to support the person and give away your strength to them. That would be you playing the role of a fool. So it has to be the 48 laws of power that you're reading. So you stick around this person because they still have relevance, hoping to be there when they're actually going down and to see it befall before your very eyes, because that's the end game. That is the end game. So if such is even the case, and that be it, it still should be peace right across the board. It should be a forgiveness right across the board. It should be an understanding right across the board, because business is business, right? This is not looking good. I don't support it. You understand? And as a person, like I said, who is a supporter and a fan of the Gully God and all of this, I don't like it. I know a lot of you are going to come at me. I could care zero. I don't like it. And there are a lot of persons who are fans of Mavado and supporters of Mavado is not liking it because they aren't about what Vybz Kartel stand for. And I need not to get into the microcosm of what Vybz Kartel stand for or what he is about. You have two eyes, you can see. I'm not going to break it down. I've said it way too often. I know his fans and they're going to come at me. I care zero. You guys are way too predictable for me. You understand? And so with that being said, I don't like this angle that Mavado is pushing. I'm not sure what success is it that's going to come from it, other than he's just be a part of controversy. And that's it. You're just going to be a part of controversy because he moves with the element of controversy. And if you align yourself with that, then that's what's going to come. A whole lot of controversial things, oftentimes not good. So I don't see the relevance or the necessity of wanting to associate with Vybz Kartel. That song did not go anywhere that you guys did with Buju, Vybz Kartel, you, and who else was the fourth person? It was four of you guys. It really didn't go anywhere. The song did not go anywhere. I know you're going for the Sumfest angle. Mavado, you could perform at Sumfest without Vybz Kartel. I'm not sure what fan base are you hoping to achieve or pull in doing this. This is what I'm trying to find out. What exactly is it that's the goal? What are you hoping to accomplish in doing this? People like you because you hold deep meds. You stood firm in the things that you believe and support, and you were never about. And you always say the things that other people name or call on. Yours haven't. Other artists name have called on all sorts of questionable things. Your name have never been called on it, and that's for a reason. And that's the reason you have the fan base that you have, and they respect you. They go to your show, they support you, they like your uniqueness of coming out on the stage with a big towel, white towel, and you're always waving it. That is your image. That is what makes you stand out, and putting your foot on the speaker while performing, showing your sneakers and all these type of things. So many artists have adopted that style and that pattern. You understand? That made you cool. The cool and deadly type of music that you put out in the Sing J form was very unique to you, Mavado. You did that. And if you hold such deep meds, why are you going to a man that is of questionable character in every way, trying to do what exactly? And if you choose to go there, why not come out then and say you're about peace and you're an alkaline good and all of these type of things? So fans need not to worry and just, leave it alone. I'm thinking that's what you would have done. And I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of persons who do not like this. We honestly don't. And I know the Gaza people are going to come with the SYM and you're this and you're that and all these type of things. They are, like I said, they are very predictable. And there isn't anything new that they can come with because that's how they function in their neck of the woods. And that's why I need not to pay it any mind. Once you know that a dog has no other ability than to bite and bark, that's what they're going to do. But you squeeze the paw and the dog runs squealing instead. That's it. There you have it. So people want to know what's good, what's really happening. Is this like a Jeopardy game that you're trying to play? Because this ain't chess. This is not chess. This is not chess. The guy disrespected you while being crowned the king of dancehall. He disrespected you on stage. There was no need to record. I'm sorry, I keep saying record. There was no need to perform Last Man Standing while being crowned king of the dancehall. And it is a diss song to you. There's so many other songs out there that Vybz Kartel had, but he did that intentionally. He did that intentionally. And you went ahead and you did a collab with him, and then you're up and about going to do some fest. Why not forgive Foota Hype? What is it that Foota Hype have said about you or done that Boutkill have not said about you, or even Vybz Kartel who have said way worse? We heard. So I'm trying to find out what's good. What's good, Mavado? Golly God, what's good? Being real and so is smoke and mirrors. Standing in your own lane and being your own boss is smoke and mirrors. It's a facade. It's not real. It's a farce. It's duplicitous. It's not real. What exactly is it that's happening? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know, and that's what we're questioning. Inquiring minds are asking, what exactly is it that Mavado is up to? Because it's looking quite questionable, and people aren't taking on to it. People aren't taking on to you going over to that energy. You know what it comes with. Absolutely nothing good. Absolutely nothing good. I care zero. It comes with nothing good. Mavado, we need an album. We need an album. See Alkaline doing it. Alkaline put out his album. Alkaline is about to drop another album. I promise you, he's about to drop another album. They're not playing games out here. And I get it. It's a lot to deal with, knowing that your son went to prison, you lost your mother. That has to be one of the roughest time in your life. And having a court matter dealing with, you understand, it has to be one of the roughest time in your life. And if you had people in your corner who were supporting you, kudos to them. You guys pat yourselves on the shoulder. I know it must be very difficult. And to know that you still hold it together is commendable. However, you can't be making these type of questionable moves and people going to wonder what exactly is it that the artist is up to. What's next? Come on now. People are going to wonder what is next. And I'm wondering, what are you doing? What are you doing in that corner? Like I said, it's your own free will, your own boss. You do your own thing. But people who support you have the right not to support you because they're going to say that you're working contrary to the fundamentals that you stood by in music. And that's what people are actually looking at right now. But I don't know if there's more to the game. I guess you guys can add to it. But that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Bye-bye.